Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to Prof. Dr. Dayang Nurul Fairuz and my fellow friends. Today, me Nur Afifah Iliani and also my group members Nazira, Putri Iza Afika and Sharifah Alisa will present about food supply chain management in Malaysia.
So, firstly, before we start, we have to know what is the food supply chain. The food supply chains represent the step that your food goes through from it leaves the farm until it reaches your forks, which food supply chains is a sequence of process and flows that aim to meet final consumer requirements that take place within and between different stages along a continuum from production to the final consumptions. The supply chain not only include the producer and its supplier, but also depending on the logistic flow, transporter, warehouse, retailer and consumer themselves. The food supply chain continues to grow rapidly, with consumers now expecting exotic food fresh on their plates year-round. This has extended the supply chain geographically and across many more parties, making the supply chain longer and more complicated than ever. A typical food supply chain is made up of 6 stages, which is the source of raw materials, supplier, manufacturer, distributions, retailer, and also consumer. If any one of these stages is compromised, a variety of issues will arise and the whole supply chain will be in jeopardy. Let's look at some of the issues that food supply chain managers need to deal with and how they can be fixed. These are the 5 specific food supply chain problems that often come across the food supply chain management in Malaysia, which are the lack of traceability, the inability to maintain the safety and quality, inadequate communication between parties, rising supply chain costs, and also failure to track and control inventory in warehouse and store.
And then I'm moving to innovation of food supply chain in Malaysia, which is applications of blockchain technology in food supply chain. So what is blockchain? I will explain later. It's blockchain. Blockchain is a specific type of database. Blockchain is a system of recording information in a way that makes it difficult or impossible to change, hack, or cheat the system. And the main objective of blockchain technology in food supply chain, the first one is improving supply chain visibility for recalls or reverse logistics. The second one is automated documents sharing to replace Gmail, fax, and so on. And the last one is trust selling to increase revenue by identifying the product's origin. Moving to application of blockchain, which is application of blockchain technology on agri-food supply chain, which is agriculture and food supply chain are well interlinked, since the product of agriculture almost always are used as input in some multi-actor, for example, farmer, shipping companies, distributors, and groceries, where the consumer is usually the final client. And thus, blockchain has the potential to provide answers to a number of issues in agriculture, from farmer ID to smart contracts, from traceability and improving certification, digital payments, insurance, consumer feedback, and improve logistics. For example, to improve traceability in agriculture value chain, a decentralized digital ledger can help connect inputs, supplier, producer, and buyers. And for this slide, we can see that blockchain also be very useful to help overcome organizational and technological boundaries among entities that want to achieve automated data exchange. And blockchain also provides strong data security and is highly resilient against cyber attacks. Both these qualities are desirable in an open data platform because they build a foundation of trust in the data. Moving to benefits of blockchain. So what is benefit of blockchain? The first one is reduce cost. The second one is improve security and efficiency of transaction. The third one is irrevocable and tamper-resistant transactions. The fourth one is reduction in systematic risk, and the last one is enabling effective monitoring and auditing by participants, supervisor, and regulation.
There are some challenges for food supply chain management by using our current technology in Malaysia. First, the worker did not have enough proper training and preparedness in controlling the process of manufacturing product. In Malaysia, the demand for foreign workers is not only associated with the people's skills and capabilities, but also with the employees' education levels. It has been indicated that the current workforce in the manufacturing firms mostly have a minimum qualification, and some have no qualification beyond primary school or are illiterate, particularly in the case of shop floor employees, production operators. Secondly, the price of the operating costs for technology in manufacturing are subject to foreign exchange rates. Because of the international purchasing always involve a series of purchase, companies in certain cases usually to buy the raw materials or goods in bulk, which requires the larger monetary transactions. As a result, it increased the operating cost in the company. Next, since supply chain deals with the various and extensive stages, most managers of food companies view the production stage or processing of raw materials as the most difficult to deal with, given that maintaining the good quality of products is essential. Various reasons lead to the critical managing in the production stage, and these are identified as maintaining processed food that retains high quality is safe. The quality of raw materials is complex as it includes nutritional, sensory, and technological aspects. In this regard, managing the food supply chain becomes more complex due to the perishable nature of food products. Besides that, the lack of visibility due to the incorrect and lack of predictability cause the worker unable to identify changes necessary which to get the process of management back on the track. This at the end will contribute incomplete information due to the incomplete reporting system. Last but not least, having only limited storage and facilities creates the problem in the maintaining product perishability, which leads to the uncertainty for the buyer with the respect to product quality, safety, and reliability of the supply. It creates uncertainty for them because of perishable products must be moved promptly to the marketplace to avoid damage, as sellers are unable to store product and simply await more favorable market conditions.
There are a few trends that is likely to happen in the future in the food supply chain management. The first is the technology. In the future, more companies will likely to adopt autonomous mobile robots usage, or also known as AMR. AMR is basically any robot that can understand and move through its environment without being overseen directly by an operator. So one of the AMR example is the sensor. In the future, technology in the picking and packing process is expected to widely used in the food supply chain management. The second is the optimization in inventory flow. The companies has increased in awareness about the inventory optimization. They have right amount of inventory space. However, does not hinder the ability to fulfill the customer's need. The third is the customization along the supply chain. It depends on the geographic location, product-related needs, and also order-related needs. The customization for the geographic location, it depends on how close are the location to sourcing and production. While the customization for the product-related needs, it depends on how does the product needs to be individualized, and the order-related needs customization, it depends on the how much product does the customer actually need and when they need it again. And the fourth is the enhancement of relationship with suppliers. It is to establish and maintain clear lines communication between the organization and also the suppliers, and it is also to collaborate
to further both missions. From the impact of the current issues COVID-19 pandemic, there are two scopes that are being improved and likely to be a new trend in the future. The first scope is the review and rationalize portfolio, and the second scope is the optimization and labor in manufacturing. For the first scope, it is to build systems that provide flexibility response to environment changes. In the future, the usage of artificial intelligence or deep learning is expected to be widely used to provide certainty basis. The second scope about automation and labor in manufacturing is to ensure the safety and health of the employees and to enhance the efficiency. The new trend that is likely to happen is the usage of the Internet of Things, which includes smart factory equipment, wireless inventory trackers, and shipping container and logistic trackings. Second is the image recognition technology, sensors, and also robotics. To conclude this topic, supply chain management organizes everything from the flow of product to unexpected natural disasters. With the effective supply chain management, organization can diagnose problems and disruptions correctly. It is important to enhance and provide improvement to a certain process efficiency within an organization. Different organizations have different ways in implementing supply chain management practice. The challenges along the supply chain management in Malaysia can be considered as a thriving way to maintain the quality of the end products and many other aspects. A successful food supply chain management is mostly involved with a good relationship with suppliers and an investment in information technology. A lot of organizations has developed a good supply chain management practice for their companies. It is not only to provide a good impression across the country, it is also to attract investments across the world towards Malaysia's food industry.
Okay, and then this is our reference.
That's all from us. Thank you.